It's the day before Thanksgiving, and we're focused on the Long Bay Symphony. When's their next performance? You'll find out coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Myrtle Beach Herald. We're focused on the Long Bay Symphony's 2004-2005 series, and we're visiting with its general manager, Scott Jacob. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for coming in.
Always a pleasure.
I think it's been about a year since we had you in here.
Just a little bit over a year.
That week, I think we were focused primarily on small businesses. It was a very interesting week,
that's
and of
right.
course, Long Bay Symphony really serves that role very well.
Yeah.
Very well. How about yourself, Scott? I was trying to remember. You've been in town about a year, year and a half?
Well, I've been in town for almost 2 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I've been with the symphony since March of 2003.
Okay. What brought you down originally?
Well, actually, I came to visit a friend who moved down here, and I really liked the area, and it seemed like a place with a lot of opportunity and a lot of fun. So here I am.
Now, you actually grew up in the Philadelphia area, I believe.
No, I actually grew up in Michigan.
Oh, God, look at this. I'm wrong on everything.
But I went to school in Philadelphia, and then I lived there for 8 years after that.
You were in Philadelphia for 8 years?
Yeah.
Huh. Was there a big symphony there in the Philadelphia area?
Oh, yeah, there's a pretty famous symphony in Philadelphia.
that folks here in the area would know about?
Yeah. Philadelphia is a place that had a lot of famous conductors over the years, and they continue to make recordings that, are in record stores all over the world. What's really been fun for me is to see the similarities between a symphony and a place like, the Grand Strand and in Philadelphia. We're doing a lot of the same kinds of music. We deal with the same issues. Just do it with a smaller staff.
Right. Smaller budget, that's right.
Yeah, a smaller budget, but we really are producing a lot of shows that are, I think, comparable to some of the things I saw up north.
Wow, that's exciting. You attended a lot of those symphonic productions up there.
Yeah, I did. And also, growing up in Michigan, the Detroit Symphony Orchestra was a favorite activity of mine.
You all lived close to Detroit?
Yeah, just outside of Detroit in a suburb.
Wow, that's another big market. We think about, of course, for me, I think about everything in TV markets. Detroit's a top 10 market. Philadelphia's a top 5 market. We'll recount the Myrtle Beach, Florence markets in the top 110, but golly, you've lived in some pretty big cities there.
Yeah, I have, but sometimes a place like this has as much to offer, and it offers more opportunities for someone like me, sort of at the beginning of my career.
Right.
I've had a lot of really wonderful experiences so far, and I look forward to more.
Well, now, of course, when you say a city like this, the bulk of our viewers in the PD and Southeast North Carolina, but we are talking about Myrtle Beach, where the Long Bay Symphony's based.
Yeah. I mean, my office is based in Myrtle Beach, and I live there. But we deal with communities all through the Grand Strand and also inland.
Right.
Last year we went to Hartsville.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's a real nice little town. We've been doing things in Georgetown, up in North Carolina. We do concerts in Conway with regularity.
Right.
I guess that's still kind of considered the Grand Strand.
Sure.
But, we've really been traveling around.
What carried you all up to Hartsville last year?
Well, the Hartsville Civic Chorale every year does something, and last year they selected the Long Bay Symphony to accompany them. We had, I think, about 30 musicians, and they did a Requiem Mass and a few other pieces, and I drove the bus.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's
with the symphony musicians to get out there. That was a lot of fun, and they've asked us to join them again next May.
Is that right?
Yeah. So
May of '05.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that.
Well, that's exciting. Growing up, did you always feel there was some tie there to music? Had you had a great love of music at an early age that prompted you to want to be involved with it as a profession?
Well, I mean, I really did always love music. I don't know at what age I really started responding, but my parents, especially my dad, are really into classical music. My dad is a big Beethoven fanatic, and he used to put it on decibel 10 So
Ooh,
there really
yeah,
was no
shake it up.
escaping the
That's
classical
right.
music sometimes.
Around the
And I
house.
really did grow to love it.
Yeah.
My background tended to be more in architectural history,
Uh-huh.
but I always maintained an appreciation for music. In fact, I took a couple classes in college about romanticism in music, which was, it fostered a greater appreciation.
Right.
But coming down here, I was really excited to see that this area had a symphony.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I went to see what the caliber of it was, I was really thrilled that a job opportunity became available, and here I am.
Absolutely. Scott, if a viewer needed to take off now to get to school or to get to work, is there a good phone number that someone can find out more about tickets, about performances, just about the Long Bay Symphony in general, or a website?
Yeah, you can call our phone number. It's 843-448-8379.
Okay.
And our website is www.longbaysymphony.com.
Okay, longbaysymphony.com. How'd y'all come up with the name Long Bay Symphony?
Well, everything that I've read basically indicates, I know that Long Bay is a geographic term. Sometimes you see it on maps for the body of water. We sometimes call it the Atlantic Ocean, but around here we call it the Long Bay as well. And the mission of the founders was to reach out to this whole area.
Right.
I think they specifically wanted to pick a term that identified everything from the south of Wilmington all the way to Georgetown and inland as well. So that was the perfect expression. Some people have told me that we also live in the Waccamaw Neck.
Yeah, it could have been the Waccamaw Neck Symphony or the Grand Strand Symphony or
Yeah,
the
something
Myrtle
like
Beach
that.
Symphony. But of course, as we said, you get a heck of a lot of folks coming from inland. And the fact
We
that you
do.
all travel to Hartsville recently and head down to Georgetown quite a bit, you probably have a heck of a lot of folks coming in from the PD and southeastern North Carolina for,
We do. We
for
really
Sunday
do.
at 4 p.m. performances.
Yeah, a lot of our regular patrons do come from North Carolina or inland quite a bit. And I don't have to tell you, this area has a lot of what we call snowbirds. So we have people who sometimes base their stay in this area on the Long Bay Symphony
Oh, you're
season.
kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. People say, well, there's a concert I want to go to in March or April, so we'll stay down here in the warmer climate just a little bit longer.
Right.
So maybe, the Long Bay Symphony is in tandem with the warm weather. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that really works, Scott. That's fascinating.
Yeah. I've also been really thrilled. The last couple months, we've had several people call and ask about the symphony because they're considering moving down here. And they wanted to know more about some of the cultural amenities in the area.
That's fascinating.
And so, in some way, I like to think that we've drawn people to not only visit but move
Right.
here, which is nice.
That's wonderful, Scott, to know you had potentially a part in that. Last Thursday, Harry Love was with us. Actually, it was his birthday, Thursday the 18th, and it was exciting hearing him talk about some of the aspects, of course, of the Rivoli Corporation and the Myrtle Beach Corporation of the arts.
Yeah.
To support refurbishing the Rivoli. And it was amazing to hear him talk about so many of the different art groups, artistic-related groups in the area that have a great, a true appreciation for what's happening. It's amazing the impact.
It seems like the numbers are growing, or even if those numbers were always there, there's more mechanisms to bring people together who support the arts. There really are a lot of exciting things happening, and Harry Love is some people consider him the godfather of the arts in this area, and he's really doing a great job.
And Charles Jones Evans is another one of those godfathers of the arts, an amazing conductor. How long has he been?
He's in his 9th season.
Is that right?
Yeah, we're constantly getting phone calls from people, raving about, how wonderful it is to have Dr. Evans. It's kind of cute. Sometimes people call him the maestro.
The maestro, yeah, like the guy from
gets a
Seinfeld.
kick out of that,
Sure. That's great. That was one of the key performers in the Seinfeld troupe there.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the years, and I don't know if I see Charles filling that role, but having known him, but I'm sure
he's a little more humble.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's right.
But
Charles,
it's nice to have people appreciate him.
and he's involved in a heck of a lot, not only teaching at Coastal, but really spending a heck of a lot of time with youth in the area.
Yeah, he's also the music director and conductor for the youth orchestra. Who's, that definitely keeps him busy. They have all kinds of activities. We've had small groups of youth orchestra performers, or musicians rather, performing throughout the area. So people might have seen, 3 or 4, maybe 5 of the students, and it's really a great opportunity for those students to get out there and play before, pretty big audiences. Actually.
Oh yeah. How would a parent get their child involved in the youth orchestra? Is that something that the schools furnish those?
Well, a lot of times the students do find out about the youth orchestra auditions through their music instructors, but also, you can call the symphony and find out when the auditions are coming up. We encourage having more kids come, for the second half of the school year as well. But we usually have auditions in September, and they've got a concert coming up.
Oh, is that right? Great.
Yeah,
When's that?
It's on Thursday, December 2nd, at the Myrtle Beach High School Music and Arts Center at 7:30. It's a free concert, and it's open. Anyone is welcome to come, and we encourage everyone to come. And we've also got some special guests. We've got choristers from Myrtle Beach and Socastee High Schools.
Great.
We're going to do something from the Messiah, which is fun.
Wow, how exciting. And that's a week from tomorrow, a week from Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Golly, a big date. Of course, y'all had an event 10 days ago, I believe, on the 14th, a performance. Is that right? On November 14th, was there a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. That was the Baroque, Classical, and Beyond concert, and it was held at Coastal Carolina University's Wheelwright Auditorium.
Right.
That was a really great concert. Charles Evans is really good about letting people know a little bit of background about the music that they're about to hear, and a lot of people responded that they felt like they almost were at like a lecture of sorts. Combined with live music was really a special activity, and we got to feature soloists from the university. We had Patty Edwards, who's soprano, David Bankston's tenor, and Philip Powell, who's the chair of the department. He played piano, and it was and also our concertmaster did a solo piece. We were really proud of that. His name is William Terwilliger. Those kind of concerts are really fun because it spanned several hundred years worth of music, and it was a nice evening.
That's exciting. And do you all regularly perform out at Wheelwright Auditorium?
Well, we do usually a couple times a year. We're actually doing the Messiah.
Right. On the 19th.
On the 19th out there. We have 2 Messiah performances. One at Trinity Episcopal Church in Myrtle Beach.
I saw that.
On the 18th at 7 p.m.
Right.
And then the next afternoon on Sunday the 19th at the University at Wheelwright.
Okay.
The tickets are, of course, still on sale.
Are they? They haven't sold out yet. I'm surprised.
Well, we're working on it.
Yeah.
I think we got some really great footage from last year's performance.
That's right.
So we're looking forward to putting together kind of a nice commercial to remind people about the performance with that.
I'm going to get that turned around quick. Again, 843-448-8379.
That's right.
If a viewer wanted to buy a ticket, or they could go online. I think you all have a big ticket promotion going on right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we do have a big ticket promotion. It's a really exciting new thing. We met with the leadership of Hooters Air.
Hooters Air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they came up with such an amazing idea that's going to be a huge help for the symphony. They gave us 500 free round trips to anywhere that Hooters Air flies.
500?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's really an amazing thing that they did for us.
Yeah.
And anyone who purchases 2 season tickets for the remainder of the symphony season can get 1 free round trip to anywhere Hooters Air flies.
Now say that again, Scott. Anyone who purchases
2 season tickets for the Long Bay Symphony,
Right.
and there are 4 concerts left.
Okay.
I'm going to go. I should go through them.
Yeah, please,
yeah, we've got
absolutely. Go ahead and lay those out, and then we'll drive that point home again.
On January 23rd, we have a symphonic jazz featuring Lynn Roberts, who a lot of your viewers, I'm sure, are familiar with. Also, the Swingtime Big Band will be joining us, so that'll be a really fun concert. And then on February 13th, there's a Beach Music Celebration, which is, people might remember the Beach Music concert we had a few years ago.
Hugely popular, of course.
Yeah, we've got some new guest artists. We've got Russell Tompkins, who is the former lead singer of the Stylistics, and his new band is called the New Stylistics. Also, the Tams, and Jackie and Terry Gore.
Right.
So this is really going to be another fun evening. And then March 13th, we've got a concert called Great Orchestral Classics.
Okay.
And this is a real special concert because it's some of the best loved classical music by some of the best loved composers. And so that really should be something people want to get out and see. And then our last concert of the season is April 17th. It's called Music from the Theater. And that's going to be like kind of one of those extravaganza concerts, you know, with all kinds of different things going on, really fun music, you know, from the history of musical theater. And we've got two great soloists coming down from New York for that. And some actors and dancers, too. It's really going to be quite a show. So, for a flat rate of $100 per season ticket,
Right.
people can, if they buy two of those, they can get a free round trip. And Hooters Air travels to Nassau, to New York City, to Washington, D.C., Baltimore,
Right.
Chicago, Atlanta, Columbus. I mean, it's an amazing deal.
Yeah, they've got another one down in Florida, too, don't they? A location,
well,
Fort Myers,
I think
maybe?
that they were in Fort Myers,
Okay.
and that's sort of in a transition. I'm not sure.
Okay, sure.
But you know, people can always fly to Nassau and,
wow.
and
Yeah,
then
that's
find their way back to
that's right,
Florida
get
if they
back to
really
Florida
yeah,
if they need
exactly.
to. Sure, of course, Columbus, Ohio, and I think they've got one flying soon or around Chicago.
Yeah,
Somewhere close to there.
exactly.
You may have said that. Forgive me. And of course, Baltimore. That's an amazing, a great shot into Baltimore.
Yeah,
there.
Baltimore and Washington.
Right.
You know, a lot of people can find something fun to do up there, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and actually, with the holidays coming up, you know, it's a great way to buy season tickets for the remainder of the year. Pop them in someone's stocking, whatever, and
Yeah.
and then you get a great trip out of it.
So you buy two concert tickets, and you get one ticket on Hooters Air.
That's right.
That is spectacular.
Yeah.
And those are very expensive.
Yeah, we consider ourselves really fortunate that Hooters Air wants to help us out this way. It's been really, it's been a great promotion.
They do a lot for the community already, having only been around a couple of years.
Yeah.
To the commitment they've made to a number of community groups. And of course, when folks think of the symphony series and obviously the chamber orchestra series, there's some big components like Handel's Messiah on the 18th and 19th. That's part of the...
that's part of the chamber series.
Okay, but you all still promote those two hand in hand.
Yeah, we do. We do. Now, the chamber concerts are separate than the promotion that we were just talking about.
Right.
But we encourage people to, you know, come and see the symphony as often as possible.
Yeah, as often as possible, absolutely.
And we're trying our hardest to make as many of those possibilities happen. And so, you know, we can be seen all over the place.
Share with viewers real quick how easy it is to get to the performance hall on the Sunday at 4 performances, particularly for our viewers, let's say at Hartsville or Lumberton and Laurinburg, who would want to come down for a Sunday at 4 performance. What a great thing. Folks can get out of their place of worship and have lunch wherever they live and then come on and make that 2 or 3 hour trip down for many of our viewers in the PD in southeastern North Carolina. How easy is it to find?
Oh, it's really easy. Basically, if you just find your way to the Highway 17 bypass,
right,
and you take 38th Avenue North or 29th Avenue, just take that right to Robert Grissom Parkway.
Okay.
And if people aren't familiar with the Robert Grissom Parkway, it is a new thoroughfare that runs, you know,
parallel,
right parallel to 17. The Myrtle Beach High School Music and Arts Center is located right on the campus of the Myrtle Beach High School. And it's just south of 38th Avenue North on Robert Grissom Parkway.
Right.
And it is, I really want to make sure that everyone knows what a great auditorium that is.
It is.
It's beautiful acoustics, comfortable seats, very spacious. You know, it's a beautiful stage. It's really something to see.
Very definitely. So if a viewer was coming in, let's say if they were coming in on Highway 22, they got to that Colonial Mall area, we're heading south, they take a left there at the CVS on 38th
right
and then
38th.
come down and take a right on Grissom. Or if they were coming up from 501, they'd take a right at Planet Hollywood or at the Hard Rock Cafe, travel down, or they could do it at 38th.
And then
take a left at Grissom. And it's right between 29th and 38th on Grissom.
Yeah, that's right.
4 p.m. Now, do you all encourage folks to get there a good while before the shows on Sundays?
Well, one of the things we encourage is if people call ahead of time they can either have the tickets mailed to them or we can put them in will call. But if they want to buy the tickets at the door, which is always possible,
Sure.
if they come around 3:30, we should be able to handle them. The box office opens at 3.
Okay. Opens at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if a viewer wasn't ready quite yet, even for that Hooters Air opportunity to buy the season pass for the rest of the year, what would be a ticket price for, let's say, a single show? Maybe the event coming up next month.
Oh, the Messiah performance. Those are a special price. Regular admission is $20. That's general seating.
Great.
And then for seniors, 60 plus, it's $15, and for students 18 and under, it's $5.
My God.
Yeah. You can't beat the price.
Yeah, you can't. Absolutely, particularly for a hall like that and on Sundays. And, of course, y'all have a real active Long Bay Symphony Guild, don't you, Scott?
Yeah, we have a really active Long Bay Symphony Guild. They've been busier than ever, it seems like, helping out with all kinds of things. They just had a great fashion show at the Grand Dunes.
Right.
And then back in October, we had a Halloween costume gala. That was a lot of fun. Coming up in 2005, they've got a tea at the Burroughs and Chapin Art Museum.
Okay.
That's on March 23rd. And on June 11th is a golf outing at Indigo Creek Golf Course down in Murrells Inlet. And they've, throughout the rest of the year, they do a lot of other things for us, helping out in the office and at concerts.
Right.
They provide meals for the musicians, also a special reception after the youth orchestra concert. It's everyone can participate in. And all kinds of great things they're doing.
And those events, the Long Bay Symphony Guild, in its primary role is a support mechanism for the symphony.
Yeah, they help support us financially and also, through volunteer help.
I'm glad you mentioned financially. How do y'all find the funds to put all your concerts on? Do y'all have a lot of sponsors? What are some of the ways that y'all raise funds, Scott?
We are fortunate to have a lot of sponsors, but we definitely need more. The symphony really relies on the support of the community. We have corporations. We also have support from individuals. That's extremely important. We have a lot of faithful supporters. We also have new supporters every year, which is great. People come to a concert and they say, "Wow, this is amazing. How can I help?" And cash donation is really the best way. Our ticket sales pay for a portion of the concerts, but really, I think it's less than 30%. So we really do rely on people from the community. Also, government agencies help us out with some grants.
Sure.
But for the most part, if someone in the community is interested in helping a great organization like this, give us a call.
Okay.
And we'll send you a brochure. It helps, the youth programs, because we not only have a youth orchestra, we also send musicians out to the schools, and we do performances for young people to introduce them to some of the wonders of this kind of music, and our concerts, all kinds of different things.
Sure. Y'all have that Star membership card that kicked off recently for some discounts at area restaurants and otherwise?
That's an exciting new development. Anyone who supports us gets a Star membership card, and on the back of that card are listed several restaurants in the Grand Strand area who are offering great discounts on concert Sundays. So what you do is you just come to a Long Bay Symphony concert, and then with your card go out to eat at one of these great restaurants, and get a great deal.
And that's included with the subscription purchase?
No. Our subscription for the tickets, that is something separate than the straightforward donation.
Okay, great. So the Star membership card is wrapped into donations?
Yeah, into a donation. Yeah.
That's fantastic. A heck of a lot going on, of course, with so many aspects. Scott, if we just had 60 seconds and you were trying to get across to somebody the most important aspects of a couple of the upcoming concerts. You've got concerts that all the events are on Sundays at 4 for the symphony. And the orchestral events oftentimes range around, like you said, Trinity Episcopal Church has got the event on the 18th, and then Wheelwright Auditorium on the 19th.
And then we have another chamber concert on May 8th with the Carolina Master Chorale. That's at the Myrtle Beach High School Music and Arts Center again.
Great.
That's at 4 o'clock, like our normal concert.
Sure, okay.
But I encourage people to come out. I mean, the best thing that we can do to market the Long Bay Symphony is for people to come and see what an amazing orchestra it is. Charles Evans is really pulled together some fantastic talent from the area. We've got great soloists. And this year our concerts really are a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to all of them, and there is something for everybody too.
There we go. Great words. Scott, thanks so much for being with us
Oh,
this
my
morning.
pleasure. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Scott Jacob coming up next. That phone number is real simple. The day before Thanksgiving, you can take the time to write this number down. 843-448-8379. So many amazing events coming up. We're talking about the orchestra series. The orchestra series, there's so many aspects there of the Long Bay Symphony series, but of course the orchestra series as well. You need to take the time to call that phone number, 843-448-8379. They got a real easy website as well. longbaysymphony.com. That's www.longbaysymphony.com. You got some easy time to relax tomorrow after a big meal. Take a look at their website. You'll find opportunities to support youth in the area and find opportunities also just to make sure the symphony stays around and stays strong. Give them a call.